sit up in my seat.
I was about to say something before.
Veggie Tales. Traveling. I've been everywhere, man.
Oh. Have you been watching the John Krasinski
I watched
show?
the first episode.
Okay, you watched the first
I know
one?
he's had all kinds of people on there.
Yeah, he has.
He had like Billie Eilish. He has. He's had who else has he had? I don't know. A few people.
A couple rappers.
Yeah, Chance the Rapper.
Wow, you watched the trailer for it.
I did.
Wow, you know so much about it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Okay, so welcome to today's video, not this week.
Welcome
this Friday
to this brand new podcast between me and my brother Joshua. And I'm Joe. Hi.
Yes. So,
My shirt is wrinkly.
It is very wrinkly.
It's a brand new shirt. I just put it on. Fresh out the cupboard.
Fresh out of the sheets. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Fresh new linens.
Fresh to death. We need to talk about something before we just go on a tangent.
I'm okay with tangents.
Okay.
So what were your thoughts? Well, first off, how are you doing?
I don't know. We haven't seen each other since Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
We have not seen each other since Tuesday.
Your hat is casting a shadow, but that's cool. It's just a podcast.
Since Tuesday, What have I done? I've ate some food.
Yep.
Drank some coffee.
Yep.
Slept a couple times.
Yeah.
Went to work.
Mm-hmm.
Got into a fight.
Oh, really?
Joined the mafia.
All right. So enough with the BS. All right. There is a topic you mentioned before we started recording. We'll work our way into it. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
What would you say is the funnest thing you've done on a trip?
The most fun.
Is the funnest? Is that not?
Funnest is not a word.
I'd be using words.
I'd be using words.
I'd be using words.
I'd be using words. The most fun I've done on a trip. I don't know if I could just...
Did we ever talk about that time that we snorted Gatorade?
We're not... No, we haven't. We have...
No, we're not talking about that.
No, that's a silly, not very interesting ending story. Because you pretty much just told the story.
You snort Gatorade and you get a sugar high. That's basically it.
A sugar high. And you also get a rush from your friends doing it with you. And everyone's hyping each other up.
Stupid.
Dumb.
Crazy
Idiotic.
crack dad stuff.
Idiotic. So what?
Funnest thing you've done on a...
Most fun
thing you've done. Period.
Today?
Yes. And on a trip is what I meant to say.
Okay, on a trip. Gosh dang it. I've been on a few trips that have been very fun.
Okay.
Quite a few. We're excluding scout trips.
First thing that comes to your mind.
Okay. We went to me and Kenzie, we went to Asheville. And
Asheville, North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah. It's North Carolina. Yep, North Carolina. And it was like a weekend trip. We got a really cool Airbnb. It was very chill. The place smelled of weed. And we pretty much just hung out. It was kind of during the winter, and so we went on a hike up one of the mountain areas. And as we hiked the mountain, it got snowy up there. So that was pretty cool.
For real?
Yeah, at the bottom of the
Is
mountain,
it the
there
first
wasn't
time
snow.
you've ever done that?
Hiking up a mountain to which we come across snow as we
For real?
go on an incline.
I've done that before.
I don't remember if I've done it before or not. That was the most recent time, and so that was really fun. And it was just me, her, hanging out, enjoying each other's company. That was really fun.
I remember hiking up a mountain when we were in Scouts. You might have not been there. It might have been after you quit. We hiked up a mountain. It was January. We were like backpacking. We were gonna stay the night at like 5 miles in,
Yeah.
type thing. And we got 3 miles in. It started snowing, and there was snow on the ground, like significant snow on the ground.
Yeah.
So
Where was it at?
I don't remember. It was a fun trip though.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
But
I
what's
don't
the
remember-
most fun trip you've been on? Or what is the most fun thing you've done on a trip?
I remember summer camp for Boy Scouts.
I thought we weren't
Summer-
going to do Boy Scout ones.
Well, this is just one that I remember because we did a lot of stuff that was crazy.
We need to stop talking about Boy Scouts on this show.
Okay. This didn't happen with Boy Scouts. This was
Okay.
a personal event I did all by my lonesome.
You went on a trip by yourself?
Yes, we went, what is it when you explore cave? What is the terminology?
Spelunking.
Spelunking, okay, yes. Spelunking. We did whitewater rafting. I did whitewater rafting.
Wait, when did you go spelunking?
I went spelunking, like real spelunking. Not like cave tours type thing.
By yourself?
No.
Well, you're
This is in the Boy
misleading.
Scouts. This is in the Boy Scouts.
Well, you're misleading because you say I went on a solo trip, and then you're talking about spelunking, and you're
Well,
like,
'cause
no,
you
this
said
is a
we-
Boy Scout trip.
I couldn't talk about Boy
Well,
Scouts.
I want the facts to be
Okay.
straight.
I went with the Boy Scouts. It was
Okay.
a summer camp. Don't remember what year. We went spelunking.
Mm-hmm.
The spelunking, it was like legit spelunking. It wasn't no cave tour type thing.
Okay. So
there
you're
was-
like cave diving. You're going
Yep.
into the earth. You're using rope to find your way back out, kind of
Yes.
situation.
There was no lights in the cave except for what you had on your helmet because you had to wear a helmet and the flashlight you brought in.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it was real spelunking. There was parts of the cave where you had to actually crawl to get through the cave.
Gosh, I want to do
You
that.
came out muddy, huge,
Why-
like completely muddy.
Why didn't we do that when I was in Boy Scouts? That sounds awesome.
Because you had
I didn't even know
some-
you guys went on this trip.
And then actually we did that one day, and literally the day after we went whitewater rafting. And when you say rapids, there's like class 3, 4, 5, and I think 6 is a waterfall.
Really?
It's either 5 or 6 is technically labeled as a waterfall.
Okay.
We went on a whitewater rapids trip the day after we did spelunking,
Yeah.
and it had like rained a significant amount like a couple weeks before, and so they said they had to shut down the whitewater rapid place so much that it wasn't open, and the week we went was the first week it was open since then, and they had class 4 rapids, which are the like right underneath waterfall.
Yeah. That sounds
They said
awesome.
it was they were almost couldn't open because it was so dangerous.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where like going to whitewater rapid trips, like doing whitewater rapids, I'm like, this will be fun. It's not scary. It's just an experience. It's fun. When you get there, you get scared because it's actually scary type thing, like really dangerous, scary.
Yeah.
I remember going and just being like, I don't want to do this. I'm scared, but I'm not gonna look like a wimp. So I'm
wuss. Yeah.
I'm gonna go and do it anyway. Did it? Got done. I'm like, that was fun, but it was scary.
Yeah.
I remember one time I got thrown out of the boat. Actually, I got thrown out of the boat in the front. I went under the boat. The boat went over top of me, and then I popped out the other side. Like it was a trip.
That sounds like a good time. Sounds like you're trying to hype up a trip that I wasn't
No.
on.
I swear this was a good trip. And then the last day of the trip, we did the Virginia Creeper Trail. Do you know what that is?
No.
You take a bunch of there's like a drive. You drive up to the top of a mountain, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You get off. It's a bike trail with your bikes, and you ride down the trail. And
That
that's all
sounds
you
fun.
do. No
Gosh,
uphills,
you guys
it's
did
just
an
downhill.
awesome trip.
It was the best trip I've ever been on. That's
A
what I
Boy
said.
Scout trip
Yes.
was the best one.
It was fun.
You've not gotten outside of Boy Scouts much.
Yeah, I
What's
have.
okay? Tell me a memorable trip. It doesn't have to be the best, but a memorable trip, whether good or bad, that you went on that you would like to share that wasn't Scouts.
That I have been on. How about you tell one and then I'll come back to me so I can think about it, because I want to actually pick a real good one.
Okay.
I don't want to just spit out one.
Okay, I'm gonna exclude the honeymoon that I went on,
Okay.
because although the only reason I'm excluding it is because nothing's gonna top it. One, it's a honeymoon. Second, it was in Jamaica.
Okay.
I've always been into reggae music. I've always wanted to go to Jamaica. I love Bob Marley. So that was like two amazing things. It was beautiful. It was literal paradise. So I'm going to exclude that because I don't think any trip's going to top that for a long time, maybe. So I'm excluding that. I'm going to say there was this, I've only been to Texas once. And when I got there, I liked it. And the longer I was there for like 3 days over the week. Oh, it was like in the middle of the week. The longer I was there, I liked it and loved it more and more. I love the people in Texas. I love how flat it is. It's so cool. I love the vibe. It was awesome. I went for when I was working at that church, I went to like learn some stuff from this bigger church that's in Texas. So it was like a conference thing, but we just like hung out outside of it, and we got like really great food. We would drive around. We had rented like this super nice car, but I wasn't allowed to drive it. I had to be stuck in the back, which is, sports cars have small backs.
They do.
So
It's always horrible.
yeah, it was, well, the car wasn't great, but it was cool to say we did it. But it was a really fun trip, and I remember that mostly just because I discovered how much I like Texas. I like it.
Did you eat any good food?
Yes.
What good food?
I had like a couple different kinds of barbecue stuff, obviously, because we were in Texas. I don't remember.
Do they have any barbecue places around here?
Yeah, they do, for sure, but it's not going to be
Like
as good as like the
Virginia?
Carolinas or Texas or Georgia.
I hear that. I should
That's
probably
what I'm
next
saying.
time I go
Virginia
back
is a
just
southern
get
state.
barbecue.
Virginia's a southern state, man, but it is as northern of a culture as you can have without it being a northern state.
Although I don't really eat barbecue. I'm always like, yes, I want good southern barbecue, but then I never eat it. Like, I've had it probably on my hands about of time I've eaten it in my life. And
Good barbecue?
just barbecue in
Like
general.
pulled pork kind of
Yeah.
barbecue? Yeah. And also, I'm pretty sure, okay, the idea of barbecue, because there might be somebody in the audience who has
Bacon barbecue sandwich.
What
Doesn't
is that?
sound good? Like a piece of white bread with pulled pork and then bacon, and that's it.
Did you just come up with this?
Yes.
Okay, that's not barbecue then. Wait.
It
yes,
is.
it is, because you got
Yes.
barbecue and bacon.
And white bread.
White bread.
Okay, I have to tell you this to the camera because this is a serious thing. If you get pulled pork at a place and you say, "Oh, it's good pulled pork," and they do not have a slice of white bread, it's not barbecue. Agree with me, please. Agree with me. If you do not,
I don't put barbecue on a sandwich.
No. If you do not get just a plain piece of white bread, like the stuff that's so, it's soft as like all get out, but
All get out.
it's the softest bread you felt, but it's like the most fakest bread too. If you do not
just
have that,
really cheap bread.
yes,
Really cheap white
yep,
bread.
it's like
like
you
a
don't get-
dollar for a loaf.
yes, it's like you get a plate of barbecue pulled pork. You don't get any napkins. You get a piece of white bread.
I don't think I've ever experienced the white bread
Okay, then
phenomenon.
you've never had good pulled pork.
Okay. All right. So we're talking about best places. I said I love Texas. That was the highlight of that trip. I discovered I really like Texas as an area. So what is another interesting trip you've been on?
I can't recall like one specific trip that I could just call
Well,
out.
give me a memorable trip.
But the beach, I would just say I know we live close to the beach right now, but we can't be on the beach as much
Mm-hmm.
at this time. I mean, it's winter. People aren't really at the beach. For me, I just feel like there's good vibes when you're just like hanging out at the beach, just chillaxing.
Mm-hmm.
The word chillaxing. Yes, I did use the word chillaxing.
Use
I
the
know
word
that's like
chillax.
2009, but chillaxing.
Okay. How much time we got?
We still got time.
Well, there's something I want to end on, and it's an idea.
Okay, go ahead and spit it out. Maybe it won't be an ending, but we'll spit it out.
Spit it out. This is not something you spit out, Joshua. This is a great idea.
Okay.
All right. So I have an idea we can do like either a video or we can for the channel, or we could do a podcast at this location or something. All right. Speaking of trips, it's the next trip we should try to plan to do this trip. And I'm saying it on the podcast, so we'll remember it maybe. We should go back to the town we grew up.
Mm-hmm. Wait, okay. Grew up like Pennsylvania, South
Yes.
Carolina.
The town in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Go back to the town area me and you were born in and lived to be about 10 or 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And we can, hang out, go look at some of the places we played, but then we do a podcast in Icy Caves.
If you can still probably get there.
Of course you can get there.
Okay.
If you don't know what Icy Caves is, I'm sure you don't. Icy Caves is, what would you call it?
Caves that are
But they're
cold.
They're not even like, they're not like caves like going into earth. It's like giant cracks in the earth, way up in the woods in this town that we grew up in. I don't even know how we would find it. We'd have to find one of the locals and just say, "Hey, can you take us there?"
Yeah, probably.
Because we've been there twice, but I don't remember how to get there.
Yeah, we were
Of
young.
course I don't.
We had little croutons.
But wouldn't that be so much fun? We like get all bundled
Maybe.
up and get down in one of the icy caves, and we can like have some B-roll shots, and we record a podcast there.
Yeah.
You seem the least
I'm
amount of
kidding, I'm kidding.
enthusiastic about
Yes,
this idea.
that would be so much fun.
Good.
That would be the blastest of times.
The blastest? You need to work on your words, man.
I know, I'm trying to
The
be
blastest.
the blastest.
I be speaking.
I mean, that's a trip idea. I want to go someplace I've never been, though. I don't want to go back.
But it's cheap because, it would just be like a car ride.
Yeah.
We could just probably get an Airbnb and split the cost, and it'd be easy. It
Or
wouldn't be a lot of,
tents.
it wouldn't be, or tents, but it wouldn't cost us a lot. It'd be an easy trip. I think it's probably like a 6 to 9 hour drive from here. 69 hours.
Okay. I don't know if we've met our time limit or not, but I think we should just kind of end it.
Okay,
kind of
we're doing
rambling.
that. At some point, we're doing
Okay.
that plan. We're going to do a podcast.
That's a plan.
How about episode 100?
What episode are we at right now?
I think the next podcast will be 50.
Wow. Cheers to 50.
Cheers, 50. We're not there yet, but we
Wait,
have one more.
Podcast episode 50 or like 50th video we've made for this channel?
Oh, podcast 50.
Wow.
We have over 80 videos on this channel.
I didn't know we had so many.
Yeah, we have a load, man. We got a lot.
Okay. Well, that's an idea.
This is episode 49. We
Episode
appreciate you
100.
guys staying consistent.
Yep. And are we going to end it?
Yeah.
Let's end it. So, see you next week.
Oh, subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the
Leave
channel.
a comment. Let us know if you want us to go to Icy Caves and do a podcast together. Episode 100. We're looking forward to it. I'm putting it in the stone right now. We're doing it. All right. Again? Okay.